I was a mess. Picture this: a 27-year-old guy hunched over a glowing screen at 3 a.m., scrolling through endless feeds, my eyes burning, my mind racing with thoughts I couldn't control. I was addicted to chaos, my own chaos. My life felt like a runaway train, and I was just a passenger, not the driver. That was me, until I stumbled across a book that hit me like a freight train. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. One line from it seared itself into my brain: set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. It was like Peterson was staring right into my soul, calling me out for the mess I'd made of my life. That single sentence flipped a switch in my head, and I couldn't unsee it. I realized I'd been blaming everyone and everything, my job, my friends, even my family, for the emptiness I felt. But the problem was me. Let me take you back to where it all started. I was fresh out of college, full of dreams about building a career in graphic design. I thought I'd be the next big thing, creating art that'd make jaws drop. Instead, I ended up stuck in a dead-end job, designing soulless corporate logos for clients who didn't care. I'd come home every night, drained, and drown myself in video games or binge-watching shows until dawn. My apartment was a disaster. Dishes piled up, laundry overflowing, and my desk buried under energy drink cans. I was living like a zombie, and I didn't even notice how bad it had gotten. I'd tell myself, this is just temporary. But months turned into years. My friends stopped calling. My girlfriend left. And I couldn't blame them. Who wants to hang around someone who's checked out of their own life? The wake-up call came one night when I was scrolling through X, mindlessly liking posts, when I saw a quote from Peterson's book. You must determine where you are going in your life, because you cannot get there unless you move in that direction. It stung. Where was I going? Nowhere. I was stuck, spinning my wheels in a life I didn't even like. I'd spent so much time distracted by my phone, my games, and my excuses that I'd forgotten how to live. I wasn't creating art anymore. I wasn't even dreaming anymore. I was just existing. That night, I ordered 12 Rules for Life on a whim, not expecting much. But when I started reading, it was like someone had ripped the blindfold off my eyes. Peterson's words weren't gentle. They were raw, brutal, and exactly what I needed. He didn't sugarcoat it. If you want a better life, you have to take responsibility for it. No one's coming to save you. The hardest truth I faced was how much I'd been avoiding responsibility. I'd always thought of myself as a free spirit, someone who didn't need structure or rules. But that freedom was a lie. It was just chaos masquerading as freedom. I wasn't free. I was trapped. My days were a blur of procrastination and distraction. I'd spend 10 hours a day on my phone, doom scrolling or watching pointless videos, and then wonder why I felt so empty. I checked my screen time one day, and the number hit me like a punch. 12 hours. Half my day gone. Wasted. I wasn't living. I was just consuming. Peterson's rule about setting your house in order kept echoing in my head. My house wasn't just my messy apartment, it was my entire life. My habits, my mindset, my choices. All of it was out of control. I remember sitting in my cluttered room, staring at the book and feeling this weird mix of shame and hope. Shame because I'd let myself fall so far. Hope because, for the first time in years, I felt like I could do something about it. I wasn't ready to change the world, but maybe I could start with myself. I began small, almost embarrassingly small. I cleaned my desk. Just my desk. It took me 2 hours because I kept getting distracted, but when I was done, I felt lighter, like I'd taken back a tiny piece of control. That was the first step in a journey that changed everything. I didn't know it then, but I was starting to rebuild my life, one messy corner at a time. The moment I cleaned that desk, something shifted. It wasn't just about a tidy surface. It was about proving to myself that I could take control, even in a small way. Jordan B. Peterson's words from 12 Rules for Life kept ringing in my ears. If you can't even clean up your own room, who are you to give advice to the world? That hit hard. I wasn't ready to fix the world, but I could fix my own chaos. So, I decided to rebuild my life, step by painful step, and I'm going to share exactly how I did it. These aren't just tips. They're the tools that pulled me out of the hole I dug for myself. If I could do it, so can you. Step 1 was facing the truth about my time. I was wasting it. My phone was the biggest culprit, sucking up 12 hours a day with mindless scrolling. I downloaded an app called Freedom to Block Social Media during work hours. At first I hated it. My fingers itched to check X or watch another YouTube video. But after a week I noticed something. I had time. Time to think, to breathe, to focus. I cut my screen time from 12 hours to 4 hours in a month. That alone felt like a miracle. If you're drowning in your phone like I was, start here. Pick an app, Freedom, Stay Focused D, whatever, and set hard limits. Block your biggest time sinks for at least half the day. You'll be shocked at how much mental space you reclaim. Step 2 was creating a routine that forced me to show up for myself. Peterson talks about the importance of structure. Order is the pathway to meaning. I used to scoff at routines thinking they were for boring people, but my free life was just chaos. So I started small. I set my alarm for 7 a.m. every day, no exceptions. I made my bed first thing, even if it felt pointless. Then I'd spend 30 minutes sketching, just to reconnect with the part of me that loved creating. It wasn't about making masterpieces. It was about showing up consistently. If you want to try this, pick one small habit, making your bed, drinking a glass of water, or writing a single sentence, and do it every day for a month. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Step 3 was tackling my environment. My apartment was a reflection of my mind, cluttered, chaotic, and depressing. I spent a weekend decluttering, starting with one room. I threw out 3 trash bags of junk: old clothes, broken gadgets, random papers. It was exhausting but liberating. Peterson's rule about setting your house in order isn't just about physical space. It's about creating a place where you can think clearly. If your space is a mess, start with one corner. A desk, a shelf, whatever. Clean it, organize it, and keep it that way. You'll feel a weight lift off your shoulders. Step 4 was setting goals that actually mattered. I used to dream vaguely about being successful, but I had no plan. Peterson's book slapped me with this. You cannot aim yourself at anything if you are completely undisciplined and untutored. So I got specific. I wanted to freelance as a graphic designer again, but I needed skills to stand out. I signed up for an online course on UI/UX design, spending an hour each night learning. In 6 months, I landed my first freelance gig, earning $2,000 for a single project. That was more than I'd made in months at my day job. Pick one goal, something measurable, like learning a skill or saving $500, and break it into daily actions. Write them down. Track your progress. It's not sexy, but it works. The benefits of these steps were undeniable. Before, I was a zombie, scrolling through life with no purpose. After, I was designing again, feeling proud of my work for the first time in years. My apartment went from a pigsty to a place I actually enjoyed being in. I started sleeping better, waking up with energy instead of dread. My income grew. Those freelance gigs added $7,000 to my bank account in a year. But the real win was how I felt. In control, focused, alive. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was building something. If you're stuck like I was, these steps aren't magic, they're work. But they're work that pays off. You just have to start. I'm not going to lie to you. Changing my life wasn't easy. There were days I wanted to crawl back into the comfort of my old habits, to lose myself in my phone or let my apartment slide back into chaos. But every time I stuck with it, every time I chose to show up for myself, I got a little stronger. Jordan Peterson's words from 12 Rules for Life kept me grounded. You are not simply a victim of circumstance. You have a choice. That choice to take responsibility for my life changed everything. I went from being a guy who couldn't keep his desk clean to someone who's freelancing, creating art I'm proud of, and living in a space that feels like home. I'm not perfect, but I'm not lost anymore. And if I can do it, so can you. This isn't just my story, it's a challenge. You're watching this because something in your life feels off, right? Maybe you're spending too much time on your phone, or your goals feel out of reach, or your space is a mess that's dragging you down. Whatever it is, you don't have to stay stuck. Start where I did. Pick one thing. One small, stupid thing. Clean your desk. Block social media for an hour. Make your bed. Do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Peterson says, the purpose of life is finding the largest burden you can bear and bearing it. Your burden might feel heavy, but you're stronger than you think. Take that first step, and you'll see. I'm living proof that small changes stack up. In a year, I cut my screen time from 12 hours a day to under 3. I went from 0 freelance gigs to earning $10,000 on the side just by showing up and doing the work. My apartment? It's not just clean. It's a place where I can think, create, and dream again. You can have that too. Not some fairy tale version of success, but a real, tangible change that makes you feel alive. The only thing standing in your way is you. So, what's it going to be? Are you going to keep scrolling, keep waiting for a miracle, or are you going to take control? Here's what I want you to do right now. Grab a piece of paper, or hell, open your notes app, and write down one thing you're going to change this week. Maybe it's spending 30 minutes less on your phone. Maybe it's cleaning one corner of your room. Whatever it is, make it specific, make it small, and do it. Then come back here and tell me about it in the comments. Seriously, I want to know, what's the one thing you're going to take responsibility for today? Share it below, and let's hold each other accountable. And if you're ready to keep this journey going, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping videos every week to help you take control of your life, one step at a time. Don't just watch, act. Your life's waiting.